The museum is open.
Best Country 106 TV.
The National Weather Service in Shreveport has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Howard County in southwestern Arkansas, northwestern Sevier County in southwestern Arkansas, northeastern McCurtain County in southeastern Oklahoma until 6:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 5:41 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 15 miles north of Broken Bow, or 24 miles northwest of Picayune, moving east at 40 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Gilham, Hochatown, Plunkettville, Sherwood, and Mount Hermon. Seek shelter inside a well-built structure and stay away from windows. The storm is capable of producing damaging winds and large hail. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. Seek shelter immediately in an interior room on the lowest floor of a well-built structure. A tornado watch remains in effect until 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time Tuesday for portions of southwest Arkansas and southeast Oklahoma. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 6:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following county, McCurtain, Oklahoma, and the following counties, in Arkansas, Howard and Sevier.
Okay, folks, thank you for joining us again. We're going to give you that update once again as that tornado warning in effect for central McCurtain County with locations impacted, including Idabel, Broken Bow, and Valiant. Hail and strong winds have been reported in the areas with pea-sized hail currently falling in some locations. So just a heads up, folks, this storm has packed a punch and it is still moving through central portions of the area. You heard there parts of Broken Bow Lake are having to deal with the brunt of that now as well. The storm is moving east. We do still have a little rotation, but it looks like most of that's now moving out of the way. A little rotation confirmed near Valiant, and looks like damage reports. We have reports of some high winds and hail, but no actual tornado was on the ground. I was actually listening to a storm spotter just a minute ago on Facebook Live, and they said there was no debris. There was strong rotation, which kicked off the tornado warning there, but there was no debris fields that was associated, or at least that they saw initially. So again, hopefully we dodged a bullet when it comes to the storm, because it has possibly produced at least one tornado. They said that they didn't know for sure if there was a tornado or if it was just wind damage. But again, there and that was out west in Pushmataha County. But here in the county, it seems like we still have quite the juicy storm that's hanging out over. We do have reports of cloud to ground lightning. Matter of fact, you can hear it, I think, out there right now as we speak. You can hear and see just looking out the window. We've got the severe weather coverage there on our Facebook and YouTube as well. Of course, don't forget, if we do happen to lose power at the tower site or something along those lines as the storm moves through Hochatown, our tower's up in Hochatown. If we do happen to lose power, of course, you can still listen to us on the app. Just go to download that on your smart device. So again, that tornado warning, I think it's just now, if I'm not mistaken. Let me refresh this just to make sure, but I think the tornado warning was ending. We do have some pea-sized hail associated with more portions of this storm that's now making its way through central portions of the county. But I do have, let me get we can hit the refresh button here on the radar just to make sure. Yeah, we still have quite the system working its way through Wright City right now. Idabel, let's say Valiant, Millerton, Garvin, you are in the direct path of the southern portion of that storm. Idabel, of course, after that. Broken Bow, we're going to see some of this as it's working its way in. And that is the one that just kicked off that thunderstorm warning we heard for DeQueen and Gillum and Grannis over in Sevier County. So again, we're going to keep this severe weather coverage locked. Of course, every time the EAS breaks in with an emergency alert, then we'll break it down for you and tell you exactly where we see it. We still got just a update one more time. It looks like that tornado warning has now been extended. Yes, tornado warning has now been extended through 6:15 for the central portions of McCurtain County. So again, yes, that still includes Valiant, Wright City, Broken Bow, Idabel, and everybody in between, of course. And then as it moves through the county into DeQueen, Gillum, Grannis, Wicks area. Wicks actually is already dealing with some of those as well. So lots of storms in the area. We're seeing some hail associated with this storm. But again, that tornado warning at this point, with the information we have right now, we have not had a tornado on the ground, but we have had some areas of this storm have had very strong rotation. So we just wanted to make sure, of course, when the National Weather Service deems it strong enough rotation to make it a tornado warning, that's what happened when you heard the sirens here in Broken Bow. That was the National Weather Service and Emergency Alert kicking that information to those that will set the sirens off. So again, that was information sent from the higher ups. All right, we're going to go ahead and go back to regularly scheduled programming as we watch this storm work its way. As soon as the system makes its way here into Broken Bow, we'll break back into scheduled programming unless the National Weather Service breaks in before that. We'll be back. Thank you for choosing Bass Country 106 for your severe weather coverage.
The Museum of the Red River in Idabel is home to art and archaeology from all around the globe, including Aqua, the Oklahoma State dinosaur. The museum opened the doors in 1975 and has grown to over 45,000 square feet, offering programs for all ages, providing education on art, archaeology, people, and their culture. Admission to the museum is always free. The museum is open Tuesday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and 10 to 3 on Sunday. Located at 812 East Lincoln Road in Idabel, the Museum of the Red River.
Pine Cellular is Southeast Oklahoma's hometown cellular company. Locally owned, locally operated, and committed to keeping you connected. A network built for our area. Whether you're checking in with family, running your business, or out on the back roads, Pine has you covered. Experience personal service, reliable coverage, and a team that knows your community. Stop by in Broken Bow, Idabel, Hugo, Antlers.
Thank you, Geneva.
Tallahassee today.
You got the sun breaking through there in Valiant, Mark. That's awesome. We appreciate you. So yeah, that system is just now going to start working its way here into Broken Bow. Getting some of the heavier rainfall right now. Chat. Sounds like we're about to get another update.
He's out of the room, so there's no cheating. When he comes back, he has to answer the same questions. If you score higher than Jay, you win ultimate bragging rights on the radio. Call in.
Here we go, chat.
National Weather Service in Shreveport has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Little River County in southwestern Arkansas, southwestern Sevier County in southwestern Arkansas, southern McCurtain County in southeastern Oklahoma until 6:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 5:51 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 5 miles north of Idabel, or 26 miles west of Horatio, moving east at 50 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Tacooeen, Horatio, Idabel, Broken Bow, Lockersburg, Winthrop, Arkinda, Hayworth, Garvin, Bridgewater, Cerro Gordo, Chenul, America, Loon, Multnomah, Eagletown, West Otis, West Line, and Holly Creek. Seek shelter inside a well-built structure and stay away from windows. The storm is capable of producing damaging winds and large hail. Tornadoes can develop quickly from severe thunderstorms. Seek shelter immediately in an interior room on the lowest floor of a well-built structure. A tornado watch remains in effect until 1 a.m. Central Daylight Time Wednesday for portions of southwest Arkansas and southeast Oklahoma. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 6:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following county: McCurtain, Oklahoma, and the following counties in Arkansas: Little River and Sevier.
Okay, folks, we're tracking this storm here as it's working its way through central portions of the county. You heard that alert there. We do have some reports of Idabel. We've got sirens going off now in Idabel. Broken Bow. I did not hear the Broken Bow. Yep. There we go. It's Broken Bow. Sirens are activated once again. So we, of course, are paying attention to this severe thunderstorm that has also produced a couple of tornado warnings, but I'm not sure of any tornadoes, or at least we have not confirmed any. Ooh, that was a loud lightning. There's the thunder. It was close too. We do also have this cloud to ground lightning. A lot of other issues are popping up with it. We've got structure fire in Hayworth right now by lightning strike. So that's coming across the wire there. Yes, the Broken Bow sirens have been activated here I can hear them here in downtown Broken Bow here in the studio. The rain has picked up quite a bit. We got a lot more cloud to ground lightning. And like they said, there has been some pea-sized hail associated with this storm, folks. So that could be something that you experience with this storm. The tornado warnings are going off right now. We do have that tornado warning in effect, and that tornado warning is in effect until 6:15 due to heavy rotation in the southern portions of this system here. And as I refresh my radar, we have quite of a hook. It looks like just south of Broken Bow. Matter of fact, it basically runs up the line between on the highway between Idabel and Broken Bow. So that's going to be probably where that new that tornado warning. At least that's why we're hearing the sirens right now again in Idabel and Broken Bow, because that hook, which probably has a lot of rotation with it, is why the National Weather Service would send that to us like that. So haven't heard of any storm damage in the sense of tornadic activity just yet, but so far we've got the structure fire due to lightning, so that's going to be damaged due to the storm. But we'll have to see as this system works its way through the central portions of the county. We'll have to. All right. Sounds like I'm getting a little bit of hail here in downtown Broken Bow. I don't want to confirm that just yet. Let me double check. It sounded like a couple of pops hit the window. Let me check. Yeah, we're getting a little pea-sized hail, a little very small-sized hail here in downtown Broken Bow as this system works its way through. So I can't confirm that. Looking outside, seeing it bouncing off the sidewalk, and it's melting pretty quickly. Obviously, it's pretty warm outside today, but so far so good. And of course, this rain wrap causes it to be almost impossible to tell if an actual tornado is on the ground. But there's another gap towards the back of this system. Looking over to Garvin, Millerton area, there's another hole that could be indicative of a tornado of rotation. So again, I'm looking at a public radar system. I'm not looking at the radar system all the weather guys have the capability of getting hold of. It's more accurate even than what I see. This is from weather.com, I guess, or AccuWeather.com, but it does show quite the system. We do have, just as I suspected, is had some hail over downtown Broken Bow here. I'm seeing some purples now pop up in the area inside of the storm. So you may be dealing with very small hail, along with some pretty intense cloud to ground lightning as this system works its way through the area. Now, the original estimates were between 5:30 and 6. They said, right around 5:30, and I'd say we probably hit that nail on the head. And now that it's 6 o'clock, we'd like to just move on out, right? So we're going to keep an eye on this as it works its way. Again, we do have a couple of areas that have those purples and fuchsias, therefore some possible damaging hail, as well as that cloud to ground lightning could be causing some strike some things that cause structure fires. So, as soon as the National Weather Service breaks in once again, we will come back and break it down for you here on Bass Country 106. We do appreciate you using our radio station as your weather coverage. Of course, we're live on Facebook and YouTube right now as well. So if you want to just pull it up on your phone and be able to see some of the action from down in Buffalo. We'll be back. Thank you for joining us.
Broadcasting from the First Bank Studios, KKBI 106.1 FM, Broken Bow, Idaho.
My pleasure. My pleasure, Daniel. Thank you. Thank you. Landry, we're all good. We're all good. Still got some tough spots in this storm, guys, but looks like it's working its way now through central parts of the county. Idaho, if you're watching from Idaho, you're like, what's this storm they're talking about? It's getting completely missed, at least at this moment it looks like. So that's good. Broken Bow is pretty much right in the center of this as we speak. So, but it has lightened up quite a bit out there. It's raining pretty good now, but it's almost looking as if it's trying to thin out, as if the storm itself. Idabel, actually, you may get a little piece of it now here in the next 5 to 10. You might get it. Kind of reminds you of growing up. Oh, it does. Absolutely, Brian. Absolutely. But yeah, so Broken Bow is getting the brunt of it right now, and it's actually looking like it's starting to lighten up now, so we may be on the back end of that. Idabel, you may get a little tail piece of it, but you missed the majority of it, luckily there. We do still have that tornado warning in effect. And that's because of all the rotation that's been associated with this storm. But now it looks like it's moving out quickly. So that is a positive. It's a positive. We just hope it doesn't regenerate back towards Wright City or Millerton again. Garvin is now exiting out of the rain area as well. So you may be seeing some clearing out there in Garvin. But yeah. Matter of fact, here, if you're watching the stream now, you see like the lighter parts in the middle. It's hard to see because the focus is now on the wet window. But yeah, that lighter part, it's almost a gap in some of the clouds. It's as if It's as if it's trying to move on through and get on out of here. So that'd be kind of nice. I was going to kind of try to hang on the live a little bit longer to see if they do anything else with that tornado warning. Now, of course, the tornado warning set to expire at 6:15. So, and I expect it to, but of course, this is Oklahoma. Things can change in a moment's notice. So I just want you to be aware. But I do expect, with the visual and seeing what I'm seeing on the radar, that massive hook has kind of worked its way out of the area just south and east of Idabel and Broken Bow now. Southeast Oklahoma Radio. All right, cool. That was the HyperReach app. That just contacted me at the radio station here. It called, and it was a recording that said there was a tornado warning in effect, and that it ends at 6:15 p.m. Now, looky here. I don't know if you can see it, if it's really translating very well on the live there, but the sun is now out. I can see the sun. I cannot look directly at the sun. That's crazy. It's raining still very heavily, but the sun is out. So that's actually a beautiful view. I just wish the camera could see better now that the rain has been raining in on the window there. But yeah, the sun's out. The sun is shining now. It almost, on the screen there, it almost looks like it's snowing. That's pretty funny. Yes, Crystal. Hopefully it's getting out of here. The sun's shining at Rice City after. Okay, awesome. So, yeah, I'm going to say that we're on the back end of this here now in downtown Broken Bow. Still getting some rain. But let me go ahead and refresh the radar once again just to double check what I'm seeing here via. This is AccuWeather radar. Sorry, I was trying to tell y'all what radar I was looking at earlier. I've got one on my phone here and then one in. Yeah. Okay, so this system is actually just pushed through the Broken Bow area, downtown Broken Bow. If you are south of Broken Bow, maybe if you're traveling south to Idabel, you may be experiencing some of that heavy, heavy rainfall that was associated with this storm. But it's starting to pull out of downtown Broken Bow here as we speak. Zooming into the radar, of course, if you're down towards, it's actually moving due east. So it's, DeQueen, Locksburg, Horatio, Winthrop areas. You guys may get some of this, but it's starting, as you can see now, the sun is shining. I don't know if I can adjust the camera at all. Yeah, see, the sun's shining out there, so it is definitely moving its way out of downtown Broken Bow. But again, if you're joining us from Gillum, DeQueen, Horatio area, possibly as far south as Hayworth, but I wouldn't bet on it because the majority of it just skipped Idabel. So actually, I can actually pull up on the screen here what I was talking about when I talk about the weather. I forgot I can screen share this with you guys and let you see it as well. See what I'm looking at here. All right, let me go to screen. If I can remember how to screen share here. Of course, I forgot now. Ha. Oh, there we go. Share screen. There we go. Well, I'm having issues sharing the screen chat. Sorry about that. It's been a while since I shared over here. So anyway, just refreshing the radar there. I was going to try to show you the radar, but I'm having issues with it there on that computer. So just refreshing over on this other computer. A lot of this system that was really, actually, now that it has pushed past 259, just south of Brokobo and north of Idabel, it is just past 259. It looks like it's actually gathered some strength, and it has turned more purples, getting darker in the center portion of that. Again, it's pulling out of Brokobo. It barely touched Idabel. Lisa, we are in downtown Brokobo here, and it's hard to see because the sun is shining directly into the camera. But that system is just pushed out of downtown Brokobo, and it is now gaining strength, and it is east of Idabel and south of Brokobo. It's just passed over Highway 259 there, and it's going to be working its way into Sevier County. Of course, it may. I don't see it turning south far enough to go to Hayworth, but again, if you are just south of Idabel, just west or just east of Idabel and just south of Broken Bow, there's a pretty part of that cell is really packing a punch, and it's going to work its way directly toward Horatio, Arkansas. So again, it'll be working its way out of the county as well. But I want to say the tornado warning in this area until 6:15. We'll be keeping an eye on this. It's almost 6:10 now, so 5 minutes and that tornado warning will be gone. And of course, you can see a lot of that is clearing out of our area. But if you look, here, I'm gonna slide this over so you can see. If you look a little south there's another pretty big system down there. And then that system that was up north is just passing across. So we're kind of sandwiched in there by both of these systems here. But yeah, we're downtown Brokobo. The system has just moved out of our area here personally, but it's still good and juicy down there south of Broken Bow. Did you experience, wherever you're joining us from, did you experience any hail? If so, what size? And did you experience any damage of any type? If so, where at? And we would like to be able to coordinate that and send that information over to the emergency management, McCurtain County Emergency Management. So I was just curious on hail. I think we saw a very slight pea-sized hail in downtown Broken Bow while the video was going. And then I know some other areas in the county reported pea-sized hail as well. So it says here they're looking at some rotation just east of Idabel. That's that system. That's that part of that system I was talking about that's moved out of Broken Bow now. It's just barely touching Idabel. And if you put like a map down on Broken Bow, Idabel, and you put like a kidney bean on there in between, on the highway between Broken Bow, Idabel, that's exactly what it looks like. Actually looks like, let me refresh this real quick. Looks like that's breaking apart. And that is kind of moving towards Hayworth now. So if you're joining us in Hayworth, you may see some of that hail. Yes, that is First and Main, or First and Broadway, actually. First and Broadway. Pea-sized hail in Redland, Gina reports. Thank you for that, Gina. Someone said there was a tornado down in Garvin at the moment. It's true. Is that true? We do have a tornado warning that is still in effect. I do not believe there have been any tornadoes that have been confirmed on the ground at this moment. We have confirmed a structure fire due to cloud to ground lightning and some other basically wind type damage and then some hail as well. But that's really all we've had associated with this storm. Well, and of course, heavy rainfall as well. So, but we do still have a nice juicy piece of it. It is just just east of Idabel right now, and it is working its way east. Looks like it's in the direct path of Horatio and Winthrop, Arkansas. Hayworth, you may get a piece of that. Ooh, sounds like we're getting a new one. We're getting a new emergency alert coming in from the National Weather Service right now. Let's listen up.
The National Weather Service in Shreveport has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Little River County in southwestern Arkansas, southwestern Sevier County in southwestern Arkansas, southeastern McCurtain County in southeastern Oklahoma until 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 6:13 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm was located 6 miles east of Idabel, or 21 miles west of Horatio, moving east at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, 60 miles per hour wind gusts and half-dollar size hail. Source, radar indicated. Impact, hail damage to vehicles is expected. Expect wind damage to roofs, siding, and trees. Locations impacted include Horatio, Winthrop, Arkinda, Hayworth, Chenul, Cerro Gordo, America, Goodwater, Moon, Bocoma, and West Otis. Seek shelter inside a well-built structure and stay away from windows. The storm is capable of producing damaging winds and large hail. A tornado watch remains in effect until 1 a.m. Central Daylight Time Wednesday for portions of southwest Arkansas and southeast Oklahoma. Repeating, a severe thunderstorm warning has been issued until 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following county: McCurtain, Oklahoma, and the following counties in Arkansas: Little River and Sevier.
Okay, folks, we're back. And of course, you heard that severe thunderstorm warning in effect over there now until that one's covering till about 6:30 p.m., if I'm not mistaken, what I just heard there. Also, there's a tornado warning that just popped up here. We may get that information issued over the EAS in the near seconds, but until it says here, let me pull that one. Okay, so severe thunderstorm warning, even a tornado warning was issued there just north of DeQueen. So, but that system that we're looking at now, it's got it's packing quite the punch. It's now just north of Hayworth. It's working its way over towards Horatio, Winthrop, Arkansas. So our friends there across the state line are dealing with the brunt of that storm, or about to deal with the brunt of that storm as well. DeQueen also about to get some, as we zoom out here on the radar, DeQueen about to get some of that heavy rainfall, possibly some of that cloud-to-ground lightning. Gillum, Grannis, and Wicks is already dealing with it as that little tail of that whole system is moving up northeasterly. So it is already over it. But again, now most of Broken Bow is pretty much clear. I'm not seeing any rainfall here in downtown Broken Bow at all. Matter of fact, the sun is shining once again. But we are tracking that pretty big sail that has quite a bit of purples and fuchsias associated with it, which often means there's going to be hail associated with that severe thunderstorm right there. So we're going to keep an eye on that. It does kind of look like, I just refreshed the radar, it does kind of look like it's breaking up a little bit and has diminished a tad, but Hayworth is now getting a little bit of that rain as well. It sounds like the National Weather Service is about to break in again with a emergency alert. We'll go to that. All right, let's listen again.
The National Weather Service in Shreveport has issued a tornado warning for northwestern Little River County in southwestern Arkansas, southwestern Sevier County in southwestern Arkansas, southeastern McCurtain County in southeastern Oklahoma until 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. At 6:17 p.m. Central Daylight Time, a severe thunderstorm capable of producing a tornado was located 10 miles south of Broken Bow, or 19 miles west of Horatio, moving east at 35 miles per hour. Hazard, tornado and quarter-size hail. Source, radar indicated rotation. Impact, flying debris will be dangerous to those caught without shelter. Mobile homes will be damaged or destroyed. Damage to roofs, windows, and vehicles will occur. Tree damage is likely. Locations impacted include Horatio, Winta, Arkinda, Hayworth, Chenul, Cerro Gordo, America, Moon, West Otis, Bocama, and Goodwater. Move to an interior room on the lowest floor of a well-built building away from windows. If you are outdoors, in a mobile home, or in a vehicle, move to the closest substantial shelter and protect yourself from flying debris. Repeating, a tornado warning has been issued until 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time for the following county: McCurtain, Oklahoma, and the following counties in Arkansas, Little River, and Sevier.
Saturday, May the 2nd. Delicious crawfish and
Okay, Bass Country 106. Thank you for joining us once again. We got that tornado warning that has popped up. I'm going to hit the refresh here on my radar as that storm we've been tracking that's real juicy down there towards just north of Hayworth. I think the National Weather Service said so many miles south of Broken Bow, but you guys, we have let me see here. Let me zoom in a little farther there. Yeah, that system has a decent little hook in it, so and some rotation associated with it. That's why they've issued that tornado warning for that area again. That's just north of Hayworth. That's the best way I can put it. Due north of Hayworth. It's passing through that area. It's probably a good maybe 10 miles, 15 miles north of Hayworth proper as the crow flies. If you took that, if you took the bend and then just kept going north, if you instead of turning left and going to Idabel there on the highway, if you just kept going north for a little ways, boom, you'd run straight into it. So I don't know how many miles that would be for you. For those that travel that every day, may know exactly how many miles it is from Hayworth to that bend, but it's just north of that bend there, and that is moving due east. I think it said 35 miles per hour. So again, Horatio over there across the state line, you're in the direct path of this storm, and that tornado warning is in effect, which means there is rotation that could spin up to be a tornado on the ground at any moment. That does not mean there is an actual tornado on the ground at this exact moment, but there is enough rotation that the National Weather Service said we better go ahead and issue that tornado warning. And I believe, let me double check that, tornado warning is in effect until 7 p.m. this evening as that pushes through into Sevier County. Again, Horatio, Winthrop, possibly even Foreman, but the system, or the severe tornado warning is not covering Foreman at this moment exactly. So that's going to be the far southern portions of this storm as it works its way through Sevier County. So once again, get a lot of updates here. We do have a tornado warning in effect. That's going to cover the central and southern portion, central or south central and southeast portions of the county as it moves on out of here. It's right over Hayworth right now. It'll be moving out of the state here in the next so many minutes. And then into Arkansas, Southwest Arkansas, we'll have Horatio and Winthrop. We'll be dealing with that in the next 45 or so. So by 7 o'clock, they expect that to be over in that area. Thank you so much for joining us. Of course, we've been having the Facebook Live and the YouTube Live as well. I did get, now for those that were interested in the app, we have, of course, our app, but I did get a notice that the weather warnings were not playing on the app. James just sent that in, so I appreciate that update. We'll check in on that. But there is also the HyperReach app, the HyperReach app, and that one has been calling the radio station when we get those tornado warnings. So I would suggest here locally, especially if you have, and if you're listening from a different area, if you happen to have the HyperReach available, then you can download that and put all your information in there. Boom, it'll give you all the updates. Like, right, we've got multiple calls to the radio station here with that HyperReach app. So again, the 24 minutes after 6 p.m., we've got this coverage. It's going live. It's been going live for the past little over, hour and a half now, it seems like. It's been going on for a while. We're going to keep an eye on it as it works its way out of the county and it starts affecting our friends across state lines over there in Arkansas. We'll keep an eye on it. But of course, when the National Weather Service breaks in, we'll break it down on Bass Country 106 severe weather coverage. Thank you for joining us.
In your local news and community events, there's a few fundraisers going on now for the Broken Bow Band.
You talking about the EAA? James Moore, you still there? James, you talking about the EAS on our app, on the radio station's apps? Is that what you're talking about? Because I need to know that. I appreciate that information. We need to, since the app is new, we need to make sure all that stuff airs on there as well.
DJ reporting.
Are you looking to level up your career, land a better job, or get connected with local employers? Work Ready Idabel is here to help you. They offer job training, resume help, and real support to help you get hired fast. Whether you're just starting out or starting over, they've got your back. Located at 110 Southeast Washington Street in Idabel. It's free, it's local, and it's all about getting you work ready. Don't wait. Visit Work Ready Idabel.
Thank you, Cameron. Appreciate that.
There are times in life we all could use a helping hand. And then there are times we get to be the helping hand. That's what it means to be part of the community. And at First Bank, we're proud to have been in this one for over 100 years. We're the first bank of lending a hand and the first bank of showing up. We're here to build up community. And that means building up you. First Bank, here for possibilities. Visit firstbank-ok.com. Member FDIC.
Welcome to Broken Bow, Oklahoma, where small town charm meets big adventure. Explore downtown Broken Bow and discover
Gotcha.
unique shops,
Gotcha, Mike.
friendly
Thank you.
stores, and local
So
restaurants.
the EAS
flavors you'll love.
was not
Take a
plugged
stroll,
into
do a little
the
shopping,
server.
And enjoy the warm hospitality that makes Broken Bow special.
Doesn't override
Whether
the
you're here
server.
for a day or a lifetime, the city of Broken Bow invites you to explore, discover, and enjoy all we have to offer.
We all have stories inspired by culture, competition, creativity. Stories show our humanity. They inspire us to greatness and remind us to be humble. Stories connect us to our communities and the rest of the world. We are the Chutta people, and these are our stories. See and share them at togetherwe'remore.com.
Bigfoot's favorite wake-up call when hanging out on Broken Boat Lake is Jay and Lady J live on Best Country 106.
Well, let me refresh this radar one more time, folks. See what we got as it's working its way on out of the county. Yep, it's right there on the county line now. All right, folks. That was the severe weather coverage for April 28th, 2026. We appreciate everyone who joined us and gave us information that we can then pass on to the powers that be. But if you had any damage of any kind, storm related, whether it be lightning, wind, or hail or anything, we'd love for you to report that to the McCurtain County EMS or EA emergency management, emergency management. So they would record all that information and get that to the proper people. So again, thank you everybody that joined us. We appreciate you. Have a great evening. And if we have any more severe weather coverage, we've got you covered on Best Country 106.
Best Country 106 TV.